developer stream. I'm Pavel Buja, and joining me is...
Так, ну я думаю, обычную болтовню мы не будем переводить.
Problems with my health, but I'm back. I'm perfectly healthy now, so it should be all good.
To quote chat, feels bad, man.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do today?
I mean, it's up to you.
It's up to me.
Nice. You have questions, I'll just answer them.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about new cards. We'll go over what we showed at Gamescom a little bit without showing too much.
Говорят, что расскажут о новых картах, часть из которых была показана на Gamescom.
We'll talk about the patch, which will come in the following days.
О патче, который они поставят в ближайшие дни.
Because that's banned for now, at least for me. I have a bad voice, so if I sound weird, sorry. It's because of Gamescom. I'm a bit tired, so I also might say weird things, but I shouldn't. So we'll also talk about gameplay changes, at least some of them, not all of them, because it's a lot to cover. What we'll try to do is get all these on our website so you all can check them out. We'll talk about gold cards, because that's I think everyone's favorite topic right now.
Поговорим об изменениях золотых карт.
And we might talk about some of the cards that were changed substantially.
Yeah, of course.
О новых картах, о старых, которые мы изменили.
You make the decisions. All right. So, to recap, if you follow us on social and on Reddit, you know we were at Gamescom, which was great. Most important, the coolest thing actually was meeting all the players face to face and talking to them, and
taking pictures with them.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, exactly.
Although people asked me for autographs, which was weird.
Yeah,
kind of overwhelming. But back to the thing. So we had a business booth and a public booth. We showed single player. You saw this trailer for the single player, so Thronebreaker. We talked a little bit about that. I had the opportunity to actually sit down with a couple of journalists.
Рассказывают, что на Gamescom они там показывают трейлер к одиночной кампании.
The future of esports and the events that we have planned. So we're going to open Challenger and World Masters, the three tiers.
О будущих чемпионатах, о их планах.
Which is the foundation of all esports things. That was really cool. To have everybody there and talk to them doing presentations all day. It was fun. And the coolest part is you could do something different all the time. Like every presentation was different. Yeah. We also talked about the future. We talked about the Mahakam Ale Festival, which might interest you. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. What else was there? Oh, we talked about a new game mode that we're working out, but we can't say anything more.
Yeah.
We talked about upcoming leaders, which we can't talk about.
Yes.
Well, we actually...
Мы говорим о грядущих лидерах, которых мы можем сейчас вам сказать.
For existing factions, just to put it out there. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much it. We also talked about a new faction that might happen.
Might.
О новой фракции, которая, возможно, будет.
Okay, so let's get back on track, because some people are saying that I'm talking too much. So last night the season ended at midnight, and we distributed all the rewards already, so everything's fine. There were some problems along the way, but everything should be now working properly, and you should have all your rewards, so when you log into the game you see it. We disabled ranked because new season hasn't started yet. Yeah, I think that's that.
Yeah, that's a good summary.
Yeah, like you guys know, we're working on the patch. It's coming out in the following days. If you know us, you know our streams, you know it's not going to be a long time, I hope. If it is...
Опять повторяется, что патч выйдет в ближайшие дни. Насколько я лично думаю, наверное, 1 числа.
And we'll feature 30 new cards. Social features that we kind of tease back. I think we can actually show them in this build.
Yeah, just go to the...
Хочет показать новые карты, социальные нововведения.
There we go.
You do know that you could use bumpers to just jump.
I know, but I use mouse all the time. That's why.
Okay.
I'm used to the controller.
Нормально там ресурсов,
so yeah, as you guys probably saw the video with Jason Slama and Marcin Mamot, yeah, starter pack, that's going to be something here.
Как уже показывали видео, будет добавлен этот стартер-пак, который можно будет купить один раз.
This is going to be the place where you can actually have your notifications, where you can see your friends list, invite friends, invite your opponents. Say something to them. Hopefully good.
Внутри игровой чат.
Yeah. So social features you see. What's really cool and what I like the most is that you can actually click on all these buttons and go.
Стартер-пак сейчас, я думаю, покажет еще. Там есть видос с ним. Там, я не помню, по какой цене, там гарантирована одна легендарка и сколько-то этих. Дешевле, чем обычная цена.
Yeah, people are noticing that we have a lot of kills. Or yes, we do. This is actually our account. This is Retz's account.
Yes,
so
this is Retz's account.
He let us borrow the thing and take it for a test drive. Yeah. Hope I won't break anything.
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
You can fix everything, so should be fine.
I can't fix things. It's the other way around. Okay, so player profile, in-game notification, news system. So it's going to be here. You can learn more about the news. The one being at top is the most recent.
Пока ничего, Citizen.
We also have the in-game friend invites that I just talked about. So I'm repeating myself, and of course the starter pack, which I already covered. We will also have some cards that receive some changes, and they will be millable for full value for 3 days.
Yes.
2 days only.
Карты, которые подвергнутся изменениям, можно будет размерить за полную цену в течение 3 дней.
Friend matches on consoles. So, yay! Today's the day.
We worked really hard on that. So.
Yeah, I know you guys put in all your best to it, and I'm really excited, and I know the players are waiting for it, and they'll be excited for it. So, I think it was.
Зачем тебе меня видеть?
Cool.
Смотри на бородатых мужиков.
People are like, show the cards. So let's go over the gameplay changes. You already saw probably on forums, Reddit, social, everybody was talking about it, that there are some changes, big changes. The one being the gold cards that are no longer immune, let's say, to damage and card abilities. Of course, some of them have additional abilities that kind of protect them, but overall, they now can lose their power. They can be boosted, they can be damaged.
Теперь золотые карты можно будет повреждать, бафать обычными заклинаниями. Все они будут уязвимы.
I remember. I was scared.
Yeah, I was scared. I was like, what will they think of us? And then I tried it, and it was so good. And my first initial reaction when I was like, oh wow, this is really happening, when I had Villain Treadmirth on hand, and he got boosted by a Vihar Dragoon, and I was like, wow, how did this happen? But overall, I've talked to players. I talked with. I even had the ability to talk with Life Coach because he was at Gamescom, and they were like, "Wow, this is a really cool change." So.
Даже Life Coach сказал, что это крутое нововведение.
Situations like last round you're playing your cards and the person who is more golden.
Решает проблему последнего раунда, когда люди оставляли себе на последний раунд золотые карты, и ты ничего с ним не мог сделать, ничем их продамажить.
It just felt that luck was a deciding factor during that. And obviously,
и пытаются избавиться от удачи как решающего фактора.
And this was our, reasoning for this change, and we all think this is a really healthy change, and we really like it.
2 thumbs up. Like you said, it's very healthy, and you don't run into situations where, for example, last round your opponent plays a gold card and you mulligan into something like Alzur's Thunder, and you can't really do anything with that card.
Когда противник выставлял золотые карты, ты себе получил в руку Гром Альзура, и ничего с ним не мог поделать, приходилось вообще бить по своему столу. Будет ребаланс этих золотых карт. Их усилит, наверное.
Draw any bronze card or something like that. Obviously, this one will not draw golds or target bronze or silver units. Again, this one
они все равно будут полезны.
Affect gold. So we still have cards like that.
Yeah, cool.
Числа сказали в течение нескольких дней будет патч вообще, как обычно.
You want it to be more interactive in a way, and also not being like a huge power swing up or down, back and forth, which we're kind of trying to balance out within the game, because it's easier for you to balance the game when there aren't any interactions that go back and forth. So I think that's one thing, and the other thing we have to talk about is carryover.
Yes.
So units with resilience now have their boosted power reset when carried
Да,
over
теперь
to the
вот
next round.
юниты со стойкостью, которые на следующий раунд остаются, это была проблема, и теперь все они будут возвращаться к своей изначальной силе. В плане к белой.
Carryover was a deciding factor in deck building. Almost every deck needed to have a carryover. Therefore, decks after a while felt stale because it all was focusing on the carryover. But let's go through what the change is actually, because right now the units that have resilience that will stay on the board across the rounds will go back to their original original.
В начале следующего раунда он возвращается к своей изначальной силе.
And this is more or less it. So carryover will not be as powerful as it was. Yeah. But it's still really powerful.
Не будет больше такой
имбой.
Go
back to Gwen Open, where there was carryover of over 40 points, which was, I mean, it looks cool, but it's really easy to 2-0 your opponent, and you're left at a situation where you can't react in any way. You can't do anything. You're just stopped. And yeah, it was something that we had to change. And I like how I think McBeard said in chat that, you know, dwarfs are actually a lot good now because they have new like cards which have like great abilities. I've played because I like Skoyatel, of course. You guys know
Говорят,
that.
что
The first thing I did was I built a
карты
dwarf deck, and with the new cards, the agitator and the pyrotechnician, it was what, like, wow, these cards are so great, and they help you anything. They help you tutor for another dwarf, or they, you know, the pyrotechnician does a lot of damage itself.
Yeah, it's interesting that you're saying that. We'll go obviously through all of the cards in detail later, but this card wasn't designed for ranked play. This card was designed for the new game mode that's coming. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah. Exactly. So this is interesting that you're picking it for, you know, for the constructed play.
I picked it for construction. It was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's a little bit of a leak. Okay, moving on. So moving on, should we go straight into the cards, or do you want to talk about some other things? Like, for example, some, like you said, golden cards are a little bit more powerful.
Probably we should talk about the concerns regarding the golden cards, because quite a few people on Reddit and social media were afraid that most of the units with passive abilities, I mean golden units with passive abilities, will not be as valuable as they were before. But we wanted to address that, and some of the cards are protected, for instance with armor, because we will go to the new unit later, but there is a unit that can basically remove any gold card. Exactly.
У него такой акцент, что я половину не разбираю, что он говорит.
Armor protects them from that, because they will still be wounded.
Говорят, что золотые карты, которые...
And other units, like Triss Butterfly spell,
как Triss,
gain the Death Wish ability as well, which will trigger the same
бабочки,
abilities
они добавили
have,
ей
a bit more powerful.
способность
So
последнего желания.
But you'll get more value out of that instantly.
Чтобы если ее убивали, хотя бы она сработала напоследок, и многим добавили такое, кому-то армор, кому-то еще что-то, чтобы не так было просто от них избавиться.
I mean, the reason for that is to not to remove it with, you know, with just one card.
Exactly. Same with Wild War.
Чтобы нельзя было их удалить со стола одной картой. Этим
slowly be going into the collection then. Let's go one by one with all the cards.
Of course.
Do you want to?
Yeah, sure.
Hold the magical.
Let me jump to the collection.
We should start with neutral, I think.
Yeah, we should, but let me first go into the collection. Okay, here we go.
Premiums only.
You wanted to start with neutrals?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with neutrals. Actually, yeah, we should probably, because I wanted to go to golds, but we should probably
Артефактная компрессия. Превратите бронзового или серебряного юнита в униксовую фигурку.
But this is the example of a spell that is not
На голду не действует, вы поняли, да?
This is a spell that targets only bronzes and silvers, and what it does is it changes the unit into a jade figurine unit that has no ability.
Nice.
It is a really powerful card.
Yeah, I like the art. It's great. Bronze or silver unit. It's good it doesn't target
Так что
gold.
скрытый пока живет.
As I said, not every single card will target gold, because some of the abilities are just too powerful.
Дорогорай.
Probably feel too punishing if they
Нейтральные две
would be
силы.
able to
Призовите медведя, Верну и Киму или кого?
And a lot of players were coming to me saying like, this is powerful. But it's really cool.
Yeah, Dorogarai will be basically
Когда на золото работала, она тоже серебром была.
Allowing
Когда
you
не
to play
показывали.
cards from other factions. Right now, obviously, it's Skellige and Monsters, because what he
Так и верно,
does is
6.
spawn a unit of your choice. It can be a
Нанесите 3
Savage Bear,
единицы
it
урона.
can be a
Если вы имеете
Wyvern,
драконида
it can be an
в вашей
Akimara,
руке,
or it can be
усилите
a
себя на
Drummer.
2.
That's a lot of choices. And based
Кима
on what's
6
happening on the
остается
board,
на
you can
следующий
react to
раунд.
this card, which is really cool.
Yes, and it basically gives you a lot of options. And obviously Dorogarai was known for, for dealing with a lot of creatures.
Yeah.
And
He was an
interesting
animal
specimens.
aficionado.
Exactly. Therefore, we figured it would be good to actually allow him to play with quite a few monsters.
Yeah.
Покажите
Quite
топ.
the storage space to have them all there.
Yes. And let's show the cards that didn't change, but they changed the art. Because
Это карты, которые мы не изменили, но изменили арт.
These are all Eskel, Lambert, and Vesemir. And they have a new art, but the old ability. Obviously, the old, the Witchers with the old art got new abilities instead.
Well, that's what we always do. I mean,
Скройте
art that
всех
you see in the game
ведьмаков
doesn't get
школы
removed.
Волка
It
из
might
вашей
get
колоды.
changed, but of course, the previous ones that we have, we try to give these cards different abilities because you guys have always great ideas when it comes to mechanics. So, like you said, they look differently now, and this art is amazing, astounding, but the previous ones actually are gold cards now. But we'll get to that later.
We'll get to them actually soon because we're going through neutrals anyway.
Yeah.
Геральт Игни 5. Ну-ка, верните Игни.
Here we go.
Надо было
Let's
паузу
actually
сделать.
start with Vesemir. So,
И вот новая карта Весемир.
Yes.
Сыграйте бронзовую или серебряную карту алхимии из вашей колоды. Замешайте остальные обратно.
Alchemy card from your deck. What that means that right now it's obviously restricted to the alchemy cards that we currently have in the game, but with the next update we'll introduce quite a few
Сказал,
new
что в
alchemy
следующем
this is a card. Yes, this is the leak. This is a card that is
обновлении добавит
more into the
новые
future.
карты алхимии. Да.
So don't worry if he won't feel as powerful as he should be
Что
right
говорит,
now, but
не
he will
волнуйтесь,
be
если в этом
more
патче он
powerful
будет
in
играть
the
так
future.
себе, в будущем
Okay,
он
so
будет
let's go to Lambert.
гораздо более гибким.
Lambert is, let's call it an anti-swarm card.
Wanna hear a limerick?
Так, нанесите 5 единиц урона врагу и
Do what a prick.
Exactly.
No, too easy.
So this is the anti-swarm card.
повредите до
It
4
allows you to
копий.
target a unit and up to 4 copies of it. And
этого
deal 5
юнита
damage to all of those units. So obviously, if your opponent is rolling
на
Swarm,
4.
he'll be extremely powerful against them. But even if somebody is not playing a Swarm card, but is just, spreading their units evenly on different rows and just buffing them, you'll still get a lot of value out of them.
Yeah. I like the new abilities. It opens up so many possibilities.
Что-то как-то сильно выглядит, вам не кажется?
Okay, guys,
Нет, в руке не бьет, на столе. Понятное дело, что на столе. Так, уничтожьте серебряного или бронзового врага, если он не усилен, если он не бафнут.
Because Eskel's ability allows you... Yes.
I played him, he's great.
то есть он как шпион, что ли, игрался? Я чуть не посмотрел. Как шпион его играешь, но сильно дамажишь, да?
And this can feel really powerful at times. Again, this is why it's restricted to silvers and bronzes. But it actually requires a lot of skill, because often, if you will be too greedy, you won't use Escal, for instance, on a unit with
вот он и сайт на стороне. То есть, как ты дамажишь, допустим, стоят мелкие главоглаза. Ты дамажишь одного и 4 копии их, если они есть на стороне, тоже ж дамажишь на пятерку, но что-то как-то сильно, нет? Вам не кажется?
Тиборт, but it's really powerful.
Yeah, if you play at the correct time, you can negate
Тибор
something like
золотой,
an
тут
Axeman being played
бронзовый или
before he's
серебряный.
boosted, so you can initially react to it. So that's what I did, and it worked out for me.
Yeah, because obviously it passes through armor.
Копии на 4.
I like the premium.
Но все равно это сильно как-то
So I think we're done with neutrals.
Yeah, let's move on.
Енифер семерка.
I have monsters right here.
Они не показывают. Они показывают пока только новое.
Okay, then let's go.
A little spoiler here with the foglets.
Actually, we have an Archespore here, so probably we should start with this one.
Архиспора.
So this is a new unit.
Каждый ход,
you probably know this unit from
каждый раунд в начале вашего хода переместите юнит случайный ряд. Повредите случайный вражеский юнит и...
So what this unit does? This unit actually jumps between rows every turn. And with every turn, it's dealing 1 damage to a random enemy. On the top of that, it resets itself. I mean, it heals itself, because if it's boosted, then it won't go down. If it's wounded, that will go back to its base power.
И бафнуть не сможешь.
To make it even more interesting, it also
Если его продамажит, он
and when it dies, it will deal 4 damage to a random enemy.
Предсмертное желание, последнее желание, повреждает рандомного врага на 4.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to play, and I think if fits, I mean, the ability fits to the monster archetype perfectly.
Yes, and it adds a
Короче,
lot of dynamic
прыгает.
to the board as well.
Really cool.
Okay, if I'll miss something, then just let me know.
Прыгает постоянно по рядам и дамажит случайное существо. Как это, по-моему, сказал, скидывает. Он сказал, скидывает.
This is a card,
Циклоп.
one of a few cards
Уничтожьте союзника и повредите врага на силу уничтоженного союзника. Если он имел предсмертное последнее желание, усилить себя на 3.
Yeah, we did some changes. Like, for instance, we changed Griffins, and Griffins will now trigger a Death Wish of
Если продамажен, значит,
unit on the board.
я не так понял, да.
Was moved to Archgriffins, so don't worry, it's still there. But back to the Cyclops. Cyclops allows you to destroy an ally and damage an enemy by the destroyed ally's power. It sounds complex, but imagine just
теперь он сильнее, кстати, стал. Вот можно уничтожать эту архиспору.
This is basically how it works. And if the destroyed ally had a death wish, strengthen Cyclops as well by 3. So what you're doing with this card, you're actually triggering a death wish of the chosen card. You're strengthening Cyclops to be worth 10 points, and you're dealing the damage equal to the destroyed unit's power.
Значит, ты с бронзы ставишь десятку, если был предсмертный хлип у той карты. Предсмертный хлип, последнее желание. Еще и повреждаешь нужного врага. Кокатриц. А когда союзник... В общем, когда ты разыгрываешь карту с последним желанием, бафается на 2. То есть, где бы он ни находился, или на столе.
On the board, when you play this card, it will gain power. I mean, it will gain 2 power for each of these units. So it's pretty straightforward card. This is a card that will generate you points when you're playing a Death Wish archetype.
Nice.
And I still didn't need to zoom out, because the next card is Wild Hunt Launcher.
This is great. This is great.
Yeah, this is something new. This is something new that we worked really hard to implement. It was actually really
когда
tricky.
этот юнит находится на доске,
it's not.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Усильте все отряды дикой, союзные отряды дикой охоты на один. Когда его уничтожают либо блокируют, повредите всю дикую охоту опять же на один.
Pretty straightforward, but really cool, and it's basically something new.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you lock this unit, the aura will go away as well.
Yeah, so more boost for the Wild Hunt archetype here, because it targets only Wild Hunt allies.
Yes.
Really cool.
Okay, do we have anything else in monsters? Oh, we do. Again, a Deathwish archetype.
Yeah. Beautiful art.
This is a Rotfin. You probably
Последнее желание повредите всех юнитов в ряду оппонента на 2.
It was bad.
And obviously, you know, death equals Deathwish.
Easy.
Exactly. This unit is high power.
Как раз опять еще синергия с циклопом.
It will damage all units on the opposite row by 2. But you don't need to remove it to trigger its Deathwish, because again, we have a Griffin that can allow you to target the unit and trigger its Deathwish ability.
This is so cool.
Pretty simple unit.
I like it.
But it works.
I like how blood splatters on the card.
Там весь ряд.
But
What
I think
else do we have here?
from the new cards that sit in monsters, because we went through 5.
Листайте,
Yes, with the
покажите нам
Arctic
все.
Fall, yeah.
It's because all of them were so close.
Также лагает
Yes,
эти анимации.
Yes.
Раз
So
прогружаются.
let's go with Nilfgaard, because it's the next one.
Yeah.
So let's start
Shout
with...
out to
Альба, Армуред, Кавалерия.
He has crazy ideas. And
Посмотрите на 3 верхних юнита в колоде оппонент. Выберите один из них и усильте себя на его базовую силу.
This is something new. It gives you information and it gives you power. What this card does is allows you to look at the top 3 units in your opponent's deck. You're choosing one of these units and you're boosting armored cavalry by these units' power. So it gives you information and it gives you power.
Could you possibly take Certisius and set this up in some
Как
way?
сильно смотрится.
Yes, but Xarfisius is just revealing you cards and putting the card at the bottom.
Просто смотришь
You're probably thinking
карты.
about Stefan Skellan.
Yeah.
Знаешь, что он
But
топ-дек.
Stefan Skellan changes your deck, not the opponent.
True. Mixed it up.
Yeah, this basically allows you to pick, you know, the highest units out of this 3. Okay, so this is Alba, yes, exactly. Shout out to Alba. Let's go with Magda Division. These
guys are cool.
Так,
yes, this will sound complex, but it's actually not complex.
Другой игрок спасовал.
What it allows you to do, when you play this card, you will draw any card that you have on the top of your deck. But what you'll give to your
Берете карту, верхнюю карту из вашей колоды и создаете базовую копию вашей верхней бронзовой карты в колоде оппонента.
Yes.
You draw the top card from your deck and create a base copy of the top bronze card in your opponent's deck.
Yes. And you're giving him that copy.
Точно, да, что-то я вам херню втираю. Если никто не спасал.
Do you understand that?
Okay, now I got it. Okay, I got it.
Both players are getting a card. You're drawing one, your opponent gets a copy of their top bronze unit. That's it. It's really simple.
Okay.
I never can explain that properly, even though the ability is really simple.
Easy, right?
Easy. Okay, so let's go with Nilfgaardian Standard Bearer. This card is more or less straightforward, so whenever you play a soldier from your hand, you'll boost an ally. But this is something new. You think that this is a normal ability, but this is something new. Because this is our, let's call it a test of making an active passive abilities. Because when you play a soldier, this unit will not boost a random ally by 2. It will allow you to choose the unit to boost. So basically you play a soldier, and then you can pick a target to boost.
That's really cool.
And obviously on deploy it has the same ability. And here we go. This is, I think, one of my favorite units in this patch.
Yeah.
Because this infiltrator allows you to put a spying token on any of the
Превращает другого
units. So the
юнита
things you can
в
do with
шпиона.
it, you can play it with Menno. So you can put it the spying token on something really high and then destroy it with Menno.
Yes.
You can.
Солдат, офицер.
I was playing against.
То есть вот он идет, инфильтратор, как солдат.
And we were going back. We were playing Novgorod versus Novgorod. We were going back and forth, pinging our Impera brigade.
Там же именно в переделе он теперь уничтожает одного шпиона. Вот с помощью этого можно превратить любой юнит шпиона и уничтожить чрезмерно Игорна. Если также можно и союзника превратить в шпиона. То есть не только ты на врага можешь его разыграть.
Did I miss assassins?
Someone's
here we go.
said you missed a card, and I think it was
I missed this card, yes.
Yeah. A card when we first showed it,
повредите
people got really, really scared, but I think
юнит
it's
слева
really, really good,
на его базовую силу, не больше, чем на 10.
Armor, for instance, on Siri, blocks her from being removed by assassin, because this unit works like that. You put it next to a card. It will check this card's target's base power, and it will deal that much damage to it. So if you have something that is worth 6 points and has 1 armor, it will stay alive because it will just deal some damage to it.
So it's still there. You can still boost it up to and actually protect it from being removed.
And I really love this art.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was the 5th one in Nilfgaard?
I think so. I think we have them all.
Armored cavalry, assassin, filtrator.
I think
standard.
Chad is saying we missed a monster card, a new one.
No, we went for 5.
One? Do we have any silver new cards?
Армор не будет, по логике должен игнорировать.
But maybe there was a new art. Is that possible?
It is probably Morvut. No, Morvut was already there.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Maybe there was a new art. I may be wrong, but because for me it's just a blur now when we're introducing the things. But if you know how the units looked like, just write it on chat and we can go back to it later.
Yeah. Chat is saying Fiend.
Yeah, then probably Fiend and Morvut.
Yeah.
Because we did change. We did some changes like Lord of Wundvik, Morvut, and Fiend. We just swapped them. So probably you're talking about this guy.
This is the first time I'm seeing this art. Whoa.
Morvut.
So cool.
He finally has proper horns, which is really important.
And he does. That's so cool.
Просто переделать арт без смысла.
I haven't seen this before.
По-моему, тут нормальный был.
This is actually, I'm really excited for it. That's so cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Northern Realms. So let's go down. Actually, we have some witch hunters here. So here we go.
Просто нормально говорит по-английски.
This is a new, really powerful unit.
Поэтому мы знаем. Не знаю, мне тот нравился. Так охотник на ведьм. Восстановите юнита. Если это маг, сыграйте другого охотника на ведьм из вашей колоды.
But if you, for some reason, targeted the mage, because this is a witch hunter, you'll bring another witch hunter on the board.
Nice. I like the flavor in this card then, because they all kind of team up.
This was the idea behind that, like, they are ganging up on the mage to
Теперь осталось узнать, скольким.
That sounds terrible.
But
хотя по логике всем магам, наверное, да, добавили.
To thin your deck a little, you can use it to get points on the board, and obviously to counter some of the really high-powered units on your opponent's side.
Especially almost, I mean, a lot of
players не такие страшные, как в игре, да?
It's a great counter to actually.
But sometimes you don't want to get all of them at once on your battlefield, because then later on you won't have anything to reset a unit. So some people are playing the first one, summoning the second one, and just keeping one in the deck to.
То есть ты можешь вообще поставить одного своего мага и вывести все 3 этих охотников на ведьм через одного мага, да, по идее.
Okay. So let's go lower.
перебрать колоду.
Infantry, yeah, I totally forgot about them.
Бедная пехота, гребаная пехтура. Сыграйте слева и справа по отряду вот эти вот двойки.
Yes, it's relatively simple. Just play a middle one and then the left one.
Подгром нормальной синергии, да?
That's it. Middle one is worth 6 points. The left and right one are worth 2 points each.
Вообще десятка бронз неплохо. Десятка на стол.
Yeah, we can fight. I think. Let's go home.
Exactly. So pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we listened to player suggestions and left the acronym, the PFI.
Yes.
Ram. Повредите 3 урона врагу, если он был уничтожен. Повредите другого врага на 2.
And obviously the Fresh Crow is working for the siege weapon as well. Nice. So Fresh Crow will allow you to increase the initial damage. Actually, we did one change with a Fresh Crow unit because the Kadwani Siege Master will not replay a unit now, because sometimes you were irritated that you need to replay a unit, so you will lose value.
Yeah.
Right now, the Kadwani Siege Master will allow you to select a unit and replay its ability without removing the buffs. But sometimes you can say that, you know, but previously we were using this to heal our unit. But Kadwani Siege Master is still healing the unit. It's just not taking the buffs, but it's still healing. Okay, so this was a battering ram. Now we have a Temerian drummer. This is how you
Мерзкий
walk
барабанщик. Каждый ход в начале вашего хода псите случайного союзника на 1.
Where am I going? Where's my disc? Oh, there. And then, yeah, I managed to get it. Let's go. We have an elevator.
Yes. So this unit allows you...
This is great.
Yes.
This is so great.
It allows you to distribute your buffs. Basically, yeah, to distribute your buffs, because in Northern Realms you often find yourself either boosting one ceiling, so everything is on one ceiling and it's actually hard to avoid scorches or something like that. So with this guy you can easily, you know, break the ceiling so that the scorch will not decimate your entire army. And you can just, you know, distribute your buffs.
Десятка, но если затяжной раунд, да, но опять же выносится с грома, спокойно контрит с громом Альзу.
I was happy when I had him on the board and my opponent didn't, because he's just great.
Yeah, just remember, remind me if I'll, you know, if I'll start talking about the card and I actually won't explain the ability, because often it happens for me.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we have here? We have Banner Tutor. This is a card that allows you a really specific mulligan, because you can mulligan a card in your hand,
смулиганить одну карту из вашей руки,
choose a bronze spell or alchemy card from your deck to replace it. So you're taking one card away, but then you can pick
заклинание или
the card that
карту
you want to
алхимию
put in your hand instead.
из вашей колоды,
Obviously,
чтобы заменить ее на это. А затем перемешаете колоду.
То
есть ты берешь карту и меняешь ее на конкретное заклинание или алхимию из колоды, да?
No, actually, I think it's fine.
Насчет грома, да, тоже непонятно. Я думаю, его не будут нерфить шестерку, чтобы он дамажил, это как-то слишком уже.
So yeah, so these were units for Northern Realms. Now your faction.
The good stuff.
Actually, the new cards in Skoya.
За эти 3 дня, мне кажется, они тоже могут что-то взять, да, и изменить внезапно.
You remember, I never played Skoya, but this time when we were playing, I was playing the agitator deck. Actually, I was playing that deck that was based on 3 out of 5 new cards.
бронзовую алхимию или карту заклинания.
Pretty straightforward card.
Что это за Леголас?
Spell card or an alchemy card, which is obviously really good in Skoyatl decks.
Yeah, it's great. And
Леголас писарь.
Yes.
В принципе, неплохо, да.
Pretty much the same. I don't think there's any changes to those.
Yeah. They stayed the same. But we did change a lot of units that like units like pirate captains, like vanguards.
Ну, видите, она и с серебром может треснуть.
This type of units. I'll show it to you later. But yeah, this was the Sage. Pretty straightforward card.
Now my favorite card.
Now, Agitator. It's Agitator or Agitator? I think it's Agitator. Yeah.
He's great. And
he's really great.
Базовую копию
when you operate
случайной, отличающейся от этой карты краснолюда. Создайте в вашей колоде. Создает другого краснолюда в вашей колоде, проще говоря. Случайно.
He always, for me, it's always Mahakam Defender.
For me, it's actually Mahakam Marauder.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because I have a really funny deck going on right now. So yeah, so it's a simple ability, but it's really cool. And again, it's really cool when you operate him.
I like how he's like, take it.
He's agitating.
Yeah.
Okay, Mahakam Technician. This guy is crazy.
Вредите случайного юнита в каждом ряду на другой стороне на 3.
We're working on right now, but we thought that
no more info.
It's actually a really cool card. It attacks all of the rows, picks one random unit on each of these rows, and
в принципе, как 14 для бронзы, если сыграет, тем более, что многие отыгрывают от Игния, разыгрывают в 3 ряда. Теперь, наверное, из золота же это все будет дамажить. Покажите Игни, почему он стал 5. Его, может, понерфили там.
Okay, I think we have, my 2 favorite cards now. So, Mahakam Marauder. This guy is simple.
Когда этот юнит будет силен, поврежден,
strengthened, if it's weakened or boosted,
силен еще раз или ослаблен,
that's it.
Качайте его на 2.
As soon as you wound them,
it's crazy. I played it. It's crazy.
Yeah, Maciek actually had a really curious deck with this guy.
Неплохо,
he was constantly wounding them. He was wounding them with Stamford Tremors. That changed actually.
Пусть это зеленая сила, Стрэндж это базовая сила.
And it actually worked. This deck worked, and I was surprised because he was making a troll deck.
Yeah.
Против погоды нормально будет играть. Ну и вообще.
My second card that is again core of my Squirtle boost deck.
Если другой союзный юнит в вашей руке или колоде усилен на протяжении вашего хода, усильте эту карту на 2 в конце хода.
And on the top of that, you're probably
то есть это когда на столе стоит.
Units as well, because you are using AOE boosts.
Yeah. Very also.
I think this is it.
I think
this is 2.
All of them.
This is 3. This is 4 and 5. Yeah. This was Skoya. Okay, so let's jump to Skellige. And as you can see in Skellige, the first...
When I first saw this card, I thought, oh no, another medic.
No, it's not a medic, it's more of a tutor.
Сыграйте карту, случайно выбранную.
Basically, she's taking a random card from your deck that is a organic card, organic spell, or torrential rain, and it plays it. So it allows you to, build your deck in many other possibilities than.
Что это за органика и torrential rain?
Organic cards are cards like Lacerate, like Blood Curling Roar.
Такие как на куски.
What else is there?
Так что еще?
Basically everything that you would feel should be organic. These are organic cards. This is basically a category, and actually I think I can show it to you. Let's go to neutral really quickly. Yeah, you have an organic category right next to special.
Yeah, because we also reworked some of the keywords, some of the tags. So
yeah, Adrenaline Rush.
Adrenaline.
And you can see the new art for Epidemic here.
Эпидемия, новый арт. Кстати, крутой.
Here we go. This is just Epidemic, but with new art.
That rat is happy.
Yeah, Rat is happier than before. Okay, we were at Skellige, basically my favorite faction. So yeah, so this was the herbalist. Then
перебор колоды. Или таскать с собой там 1-2 бронзы, чтобы потом
we have
сыграть.
Warmongers.
These guys.
This is a powerful
Ветеран
card.
семерка. Вы можете сбросить бронзовую карту с вашей колоды.
Yeah, it allows you to pick any bronze card from your deck and discard it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, but it's really good. Now Unclaimed Greatsword, sorry.
Yeah.
Some people were saying that he actually looks like
2
me,
хода в
but
начале вашего хода, если этот юнит поврежден, восстановите его и усильте на 2. То есть добавьте 2 к базовой силе.
Yeah, but you know, he has much more fabulous mustache than I have. So.
В принципе, неплохо, да, нормальная синергия с
Today, especially for you,
лучниками, которые 1 дамажат.
Okay, so Greatsword, what he does. Basically, he has a countdown of 2, and after that countdown, he'll go back to
Либо с тем же самым кораблем.
Base strength, and then will strengthen by 2, but only if he's wounded. And some people were actually asking me why he's not regressing, because he sounds powerful, extremely powerful.
Yeah.
He's not that powerful because he has this countdown.
Yeah.
You won't be able to trigger him that much.
So it's every 2 turns.
Yes. Yes, basically we were playing with him, we were testing him, and
говорят, что они его поиграли, что они его протестировали, и он не будет такой имбой, как раньше. Лучники, да, которых там раскачивали. Поэтому и регрессию они к нему не добавили.
Okay, and now we have Clan Tursak Veteran.
He's like an old guy just chilling.
Yes, and can you guess what he does based on his name?
Oh, wait.
Задействуйте
he allows you to trigger all of the veteran ability of your
отличающихся юнитов
клана
Тордарох. Ветеран, где бы они ни были. Короче, активирует способность ветеран у юнитов клана Тордарох. Где бы они ни были.
He's like you after the Gamescom.
Yeah, we look the same. I feel you, bro.
Но пока не так много карт, по-моему, там кроме него только 2. Топорник, Тордарох, да? И кто там еще есть? Лучник.
This is a really good unit for Axeman.
Так, 8. Переместите врага в этот ряд на его стороне. Повредите.
Then pull the target unit to its row, I mean to obviously the opposite row.
Повредите на число юнитов в этом ряду.
I think I said that so confusingly that nobody will understand me. So again,
плохо. То есть стоит у него 5 юнитов, ты перемещаешь туда другое существо в этот ряд и дамажишь его на 5. Это круто. Тем более, что 8.
So if you played him on ranged, you're moving a unit to a ranged row, obviously on the opponent side. Then you're counting the number of units on that row. Like if your opponent has 5 units, then you will deal 5 damage.
Whoa.
Again, this is simple. I'm just terrible at explaining.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool ability.
Yeah, really, I could have just read the tooltip. It would be easier.
Yeah. It's like just read the tooltip.
Да, круто.
Yeah, I should. And I think this was 5 cards of Skellige. Yeah, nice. Because we have 4 here and we have Herbalist as well. That means that we went through all of it, through all of the new cards.
All right.
But you would probably like to go for
также на куски дамажить всех юнитов на 3.
Yeah, I would love to, and I think everyone in chat would want to see it.
Okay, then do you
Я так надеялся, что порежет эти на куски хотя бы 10 ввести ограничений по целям, но блин.
I have some ideas.
I know what chat wants to see.
Must-have бой.
Камби?
Камби. Нам покажет Камби.
To show something more exciting
Пока
because this is not a
шпион,
big change.
пятерка.
Just removing the countdown and giving it death wish. Why? Because obviously you can target golds now, so it would be
ну ты его теперь можешь убить и сразу разыграть Хеймдаля. Уничтожает все юниты на доске, включая камби, и чистит всю погоду в 16 на столе. То есть ты все золото.
Yes.
Все вообще карты со стола убираешь.
Actually, we're at Scaliga, so maybe I'll just go through some of the changes.
Yeah, this was one of them. Yeah, this is the one I like, and flavor is good now because there's a storm in the background.
Сыграйте шторм Скеллиги.
Yes, basically her old ability was actually working in a really similar manner, but it was so confusing for people because the ability was a bit convoluted that people were not.
В принципе, да, что-то как-то имбов смотрится.
So what she does right now is you just play her and you apply a Scaliga Storm to the opposite roll. Simple and, you know, really fun. And it still deals damage to the opponent. Obviously her power is lower now.
Короче, отстаешь на 2 карты от камби деки и все. Ты в говне. Теперь ты даже не поймешь, камби это или нет. Коралл. Превратите бронзовый или серебряный юнит в ониксовую фигурку. Та же самое заклинание серебряный, только которое произносит голда силы 5.
Yes, I think that Fabian changed as well. Because right now you will be able to damage unit by 2.
Юнит, нанесите 2 дамага юниту, если он уже был поврежден, уничтожьте его. Неплохо, да, десятка. Что-то там с вепрем я не успел разглядеть.
Yeah, we have some more changes. I totally forgot about Sylva's. So, Donar still toggles unit lock, but instead of discarding a unit from
перенесите бронзовую карту из кладбища оппонента на ваше кладбище. Зато стал 8-й. Но он, кстати, без ветерана. Разыграйте рандомную бронзовую или серебряную проклятого юнита. Почему так быстро?
These guys, you know each other.
It's so easy.
Actually, you can see Morkborg here.
Из вашей колоды. То есть ставишь его, разыгрываешь Моркборга.
What else would you like? Maybe.
You tell me.
Нормальный такой перебор, да?
Captains. I was talking about them before, so let me show them to you.
Каждый ход, в конце вашего хода, если юнит в вашей руке, если этот юнит в вашей руке или в колоде, восстановите и усилите его на базовую силу самого сильного бронзового юнита, сброшенного на ваше кладбище на протяжении вашего хода.
Because he'll just adapt each time you will discard the card.
То есть ты дискардишь, допустим, 6. Эта 4 бафается до 10. Но если ты дискардишь потом какую-нибудь 3 или 1, он восстановится до 4, и опять бафнется вот на эту величину. Верните бронзовый или серебряный Анкрайт, Тордарох или Тимун юнит из вашего кладбища в вашу руку и усильте его на 2. На 2 единицы базовой силы. Затем сыграйте карту из вашей руки. То есть ты его не просто можешь воскресить.
But then after that, you're playing a unit. So you have it's like drawing a card from graveyard, but then playing another card.
Actually, and you get to choose that card.
Yes, obviously. Okay, so this was the change, and now you wanted to go where?
Harald.
Oh, Harald. Yes, actually, Harald changed a lot. I totally forgot.
Харальд
Great
шестерка.
ability.
Yes, this ability is to support Axeman as well. Because,
Каждый
you
ход, в
changed
начале
Axeman as
вашего
well.
хода
You
повредите
should go
самого
through that.
слабого врага.
What Harald does, obviously, as all leaders, he's still doing
противоположном ряду, да?
nothing changes in that, but his
Врага
ability
на
itself.
один, игнорируя броню.
I'll start actually with deploy, not with a passive ability, because you just want to know what he does when you play him.
Yeah.
So, you damage a random enemy on the opposite row, ignoring armor, by 1. And you
Тепло
repeat
это
it
при
4 times.
выставлении,
So
при
it's like,
разыгрывании.
you know,
4 раза.
you're just dealing 5 instances of 1 damage. Obviously, Axemen are reacting to that.
В
But
смысле,
only
ты
to
его
the
не
units on the
разыгрываешь,
opposite
он
row.
дамажит,
But
что ли,
after
всех?
that, he has a passive ability, and he'll still deal 1 damage to a random unit on the opposite row each turn, and that's it.
Мало того, что ты при разыгрывании побеждаешь 4 раза дамажишь по 1, так потом он еще остается на столе и дамажит каждого слабого на 1. Неплохо. Теперь, правда, топорник, он ветеран. Когда вражеский юнит в противоположном ряду повреждается, усильте себя на 1. То есть работает только на один ряд, на противоположный ряд. И Харальд, он только на противоположный ряд, на один.
Okay, so this was Skellige, unless you have something else that you would like me to cover?
I think I'm happy.
Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Because there are some other changes, but they are small, like Krach. But they will be all in the patch notes, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's probably go with Francesca, because this is a big change.
Great change.
This is a change that basically changes her ability, but it keeps the spirit of the ability, right?
Но выбрать
so when you play
любую
her,
карту из
you
вашей колоды,
any card from your hand. So I mean, you're basically, you know,
заменить, короче,
you're
на
putting
выбранную
it
карту.
In your deck.
Если вы заменяете юнит, усильте его на 3, а затем перемешайте колоду.
You can fish any card from your deck just for mulliganing a card. And you're boosting this card that you have drawn by 3, obviously.
Выбираешь карту из руки, выбираешь карту из колоды, меняешь их, если это юнит, усиливаешь его на 3.
She's actually good, especially in the mulligan archetype, because we did some changes to the mulligan archetype. Probably one of the most interesting changes.
Или какие-то изменения в архетип муллигана.
Because whenever you mulligan him,
когда вы муллиганите юнит,
every
заменяете, усильте все союзных эльфов по доске на 1.
But if you have, you know, like 5 elves, actually 6, because if you have 5
также, когда ты его разыгрываешь, усиляешь всех эльфов на 1.
Whenever you mulligan him, he'll boost all of the 6 elves by 1.
Теперь он не качается в руке.
I played a lot of this deck. Actually, I played a lot of Scoia'tael when I was testing this patch. Yeah, you should be.
Нет, на доске. Именно когда они на доске, нигде бы они не находились, тех, что на доске.
Units that are working with mulligan. I probably won't cover all of them, but I would like to show you Elias, for instance. Because whenever you mulligan or draw him, he'll get 2
когда вы
points.
берете или муллиганите юнита, усильте его на 2.
Mulliganing him and drawing him. Obviously, it's not that easy to draw him, you know, many times, but if you'll build your deck smart, then it is possible.
It can actually happen a couple times.
То есть пока он на столе находится, да.
Okay.
Going down probably to the golds.
Yes.
Муллиган заиграет.
Why not?
Let me just go here. What would you like me to cover?
I was thinking about Saskia.
Saskia. Okay, but okay, I know why. I was too far to the right.
Yeah.
So we have Saskia here. Again, she is a support
то есть его, все, я понял, да.
A mulligan archetype. And what she'll do? You can mulligan 2 cards
до 2 карт в вашей руке.
From your hand, and after that you can draw 2 bronzes from your deck.
Любую бронзовую карту из вашей.
Simple.
То есть заменяет карты на бронзу.
Okay, anything else you would like me to cover? Any changes there? Yeah, he's very simple now. He's just
damaging him by 7.
Yes, and he is worth 7 points.
Yeah.
Неплохо, да, 7. Старый, так еще и усиленный, Йорет.
To Malena? No.
Okay.
She is still, I mean, no, there's nothing there. Let me just go through it briefly.
No, that didn't change. What's up with Elven Mercenary being the 1?
They're just 1.
Okay.
That's it.
So it's just power change.
Yeah, power change. If you want to, we can go for power changes, but it's a really simple change, so I don't think we need to go for that.
Any changes to cards like Shiro, for example?
В конце ЗБТ он 7 был и дамажил 6.
Yeah, good.
Вначале, да, был 6 и 6, потом 7 и 6, теперь 7 и 7.
Yeah. Then Northern Realms.
Длина там 2 была.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll say it before anyone says it. You're here.
What?
No, you were there, Reaver Hunters.
Where?
You were highlighting a Reaver Hunter. So
yeah, but they did change. Like we changed their ability. They are still working with Bond. They are still working with Deploy. But they are just buffing themselves by 1. And they don't have a trio. Because they don't have a trio. Like we actually don't have any trios in the game anymore.
Nice.
Because actually trios were really hard to to execute, and you were forced to play everything on 1 row. It just wasn't that much fun.
Agreed.
Okay, any other changes here? Like you need to to ask me, because
I need to ask you.
For me this will be a blur. And
this Dijkstra, or how they call him, DJ Extra right now.
DJ Extra. No, he's still the same.
Dandelion, any changes?
I don't think so as well. Like he's still the same. Maybe in Nilgard we actually have something right here. This is a really important change, because Assassination was a bit underused before. And what it allows you to do right now, it allows you to pick 2 enemies, because actually it doesn't mention it here, but it allows you to pick 2 enemies on the board. Actually, you can use it on 1 if you want to.
Голда, который дамажит на 16, ни одного юнита может
8 power to it, and if unit was destroyed in the process, it will be locked as well. So you can either deal a massive amount of damage to 1 target, or you can just split it into 2 targets, and if you manage to remove 1 or 2 of them,
он сказал, блокирует еще, если уничтожает. Почему там не написано?
I think that is...
Chad was asking about Vest, but I don't think it's for the ability. It's more for
Vest changed.
It's more for the premium.
Vest did change actually, and this is a important change, because here we go. You have a premium. She allows you to mulligan, and the number of mulligans is depending on your hand. Because if you play her and you don't have any soldiers or officers, she'll just allow you to mulligan 1 card. If you have a soldier, you will be allowed to mulligan 1 more. And if you have an officer, you will be able to mulligan 1 more as well. So up to 3 cards if you have soldiers and officers in your hand.
Nice.
Нормально.
What happened to, while we're here, what happened to Trollolo, since we don't have trios anymore? What's the ability?
Так, а покажите.
It's really simple. Every turn at the start of the
в начале вашего хода получает 2 армора. И
also on deploy he gets 4. Wow. Oh, okay.
При розыгрыше получает 4 армора, 11.
Yes, basically you can use it with heavy cavalry, for instance.
That's cool.
Okay.
What about the mighty empire of Nilfgaard?
Yeah, I'm just going through it. If you'll see anything that you think is...
Don't mind me. That one gets me every time. I was trying to set it up just for that.
Где купить это?
Yes, sorry. For instance, surface use changed a bit because right now
Сортизи, посмотрите
at your opponent's entire deck.
колоду вашего оппонента. Вы можете переместить любую карту на дно этой колоды. Представляете? Смотрите просто всю колоду.
And I don't know. Do we have anything else here?
Почему нейтрально не показывает? Я надеюсь, покажут.
Treason works differently, and it's a cool ability, but for me it was hard to always get it done until I learn how to do it.
Переместите бронзового вражеского шпиона, если он имеет 10 или меньше силы.
You can try using it on your side of the board, but I don't know why would you do that.
Yeah.
But this is how it works.
Противоположный ряд к себе, да?
Best with infiltrators.
It was used against me in a bad way. Took away a card that had like 10 or 13 power. It was crazy. All right. Here we go.
Неплохо, в принципе, на 20-ку может сыграть, если там стоит шпион десятка.
Foglets, here we go. These are foglets. So, they are still being drawn by fog. But now, one at a time. So if you play a fog, one of them will come. If you play another,
когда туман, когда бы не появился туман в противоположном ряду, сыграйте из своей колоды. Нет, верните.
That's my reaction. We should just have Shoop on here without me.
Что там был с
Грифон? The death wish of the bronze ally. You're selecting the ally.
Yeah. What about,
затриггерите предсмертный последнее желание всех ваших союзников. Всех союзников.
Here we go. They are still spawning 2 Harpy eggs. But Harpy eggs are not spawning Harpies anymore. They are spawning Harpy hatchlings.
1 power only.
Yes.
Гарпия Келена, пятерка.
So that's why you increase the power and decrease the power of the
Боится Гарпия
instead of 3s or 1s.
Yeah, so you can still buff them if you want to.
Так, когда
they will still be bodies on the board, they will be just easier to remove and they will not have the ability.
It's still carryover, yes?
Yes, of course.
Cool.
And I'm not sure if you want anything else from you.
То есть она не спавнит, что ли, Гарпии? 2 яйца есть, да, для Жора, но Гарпии больше не вылезают, насколько я понял.
And he is...
Драуг 8, спаунти Драугера. В случайном ряду на стороне каждого игрока.
Damage. And now what he allows you to do it, he allows you to
каждую бронзовую или серебряную карту
let's say, because you're selecting a unit in your opponent's graveyard and you're selecting a unit in your graveyard and you're resurrecting them both as Draugrs. Draugrs are tokens that have no ability, but they inherit the power of the chosen unit. And that's it.
Copy its power as base power, so base power. Oh, okay.
So if for your opponent you will resurrect, for instance, if your opponent discarded Priestess of Freya, because this is the only way of having her in the graveyard, if he discarded her, you can just select her, resurrect her as a Draugr worth 1 point.
И на твоей стороне, и на вражеской, по Драугеру за каждую бронзовую или серебряную карту. Если это юнит, то он становится 1, если это особая карта, то 4. Нет, даже не 4, а 5 усилите.
It will be worth 5 points then.
Бабка кладбищенская 2-0, да?
I can do this all day.
Okay, in neutral, I mean in special cards, this is actually something new, because what Stumbleford Tremors are doing now, they are doing 1 damage to the entire board, but if any unit was killed in that process, it will spawn a golem on the side of the board. I mean golem, если... The classic
уничтожен, заспаунте элементаля на вашей стороне.
And what else? For instance, Becker's Twisted Mirror changed as well. Let me just find.
AKA BTM.
Просто против Гарпий, имба, да? Все, пацаны, Жор будет мертв.
Wait. Oh, here we go. So yeah. So we have backers here.
Нет, там только одного элементаля. Повредите самого сильного юнита.
But it deals up to 10 damage on the highest and gives up to 10 to the lowest, depending on the
его силу, да? Но не больше, что 10.
And I think that will be it, and I think we went through all of them.
Чем играть?
I mean, unless you'll see something.
Нет, если будут его играть. Да чем угодно.
Something else.
Что-нибудь другое заиграет.
Are there any changes to Regis? Because that's, you know, that's my favorite character.
They actually are.
Семеркок был. Регис семерка. Слабьте юнит наполовину его базовой силы.
I like the hard G.
Большую сторону. Усильте себя наполовину базовой силы. Меньшую сторону на тройку, то есть до 10, да?
If unit is worth 10 points, obviously I'm talking about the base power, you'll take 5 power away from it, and you'll gain 5 power, so you'll get a 17 point card worth. If the unit was higher, obviously you'll get more points.
Cool. That's really cool. That's a great ability.
Базовый.
Siri dash.
No changes here?
I think she has more power though. She's at 10 now.
Yeah, but again...
Yeah. Sorry.
Если максимум... ну по базовой, да, если только против скеллиги тогда таскать.
When with the
Yennefer the Conjurer still fires.
Yes, but as I said, she got the Death Wish ability as well.
Так, в начале...
If she's destroyed, she'll deal all of the highest damage
раунда
by 2.
самых
So the
сильных
same ability as she has
один, все так же,
passively,
только
but the
если
power will
ее
increase by 2.
That's so cool.
уничтожит,
Twice, not by 2.
Yeah.
дамажит на 2 всех врагов.
No
Последнее
changes to
желание.
Igni, aka Gigni.
There is one slight change because probably you noticed that we increased the power across the entire board.
25 или больше,
So we increased
порезали
his
теперь не двадцатка, нужна для срабатывания 25, хоть и усилили его на 1.
But that's it.
Yeah, and Villain Treadmill Mirth, I think there wasn't any big changes there except that he has no armor.
Yes, he has armor, so you can't remove him with assassins.
3 армора.
Good.
И себя он ей, насколько знаю, не может сжечь, да?
So that's that.
Голду, ну да, голду, скорее всего,
Any
жарит.
final statements that you want to say?
I don't know. I'm just here to answer your questions. If you have any questions, then...
Patch in the following days, we know that.
Yes.
Патч выйдет в ближайшие дни.
Yes. That's it. Shoop, any last remarks? That's actually good for the end. Human likey.
It's perfect.
See, he knows what to say. You taught him well. All right, guys. I think we'll finish with that. We covered most of the changes. Other ones we'll have to cover in the patch notes.
Yes. Basically, patch notes will be much more detailed than I was today.
Yeah.
But they won't reason our changes.
Exactly. Cool. All right.
И они выпустят patch notes.
Thank you. It's good to have you back.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Always willing, pal.
Always willing.
All right. See you guys next time then.
See ya.
Вот и все. Ну, так, в принципе, интересное нововведение. Как вам? Ну, пока не поиграешь, не поймешь, да? Зайти в Гвин, там все так же, наверное, ничего нового нет. Нет, они потом, возможно, введут что-то новое. Они же не обещали, что в этом патче ведут. Фракцию, я думаю, ведут только после кампании. Одиночный, возможно, вот это и будет там что-то. Или лидера какого-нибудь. Ничего тут интересного у нас нет, да. Короче, скорее всего, я думаю, 1 числа выйдет патч, начнется как раз новый рейтинговый сезон. кстати, интересно, я же закончил на каком месте? На 600-м? Четвертый месяц, ну да. На 600 каком-то я закончил, а тут написано, что награда за 1-501. Это вот здесь опечатка. Скорее всего, да. Вообще, наверное, да. Потому что тут в наградах за сезон, да, 501-1000. И у меня вот такая вот рамка. Это печатка просто. Так. В рангах, в смысле, нормально все висит в рангах. Вот 21 смотри. Там опечатка просто в наградах, я думаю. Но тут у них сейчас могут быть, да, какие-то глюки или печатки, они пока ничего не меняли. Да, я помню, я тоже заходил, был 15. В смысле? Что именно не давали за топ-1000? Смотри. Вот за топ-1000. И титул давали. Есть у меня звание. Разведчик. Или нет? Почему у меня есть разведчик? Если бы я был в топ-500, у меня была бы еще одна рамка. Тут, походу, опечатки с этими рамками. Вот сколько их тут всего? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 рамок. А в наградах... Один, два, три, 4, 5, 6. Просто смотрите, за первое место это идет 2, 10. А здесь описание совсем другое. Украшениях, рамка дрочера, да. А тут смотрите, первое или второе место. То есть вот здесь вот криво, здесь вот опечатки идут. Почему-то их не исправили. Тут должно быть с этого, с 2 по 20, да? Или с какого там по 10 сейчас мы смотрели. И в титулах тоже печатки, значит. Опять же, первое или второе. Что за бред, блин. Первое или второе. Но аватарки все у меня. Я думаю, это не поляки пьяные, а локализаторы, скорее всего, наши накосячили. Потому что там правильно, а здесь неправильно. Хотя, может, и они. Ну чё, ждем патч тогда. Смысла, я думаю, тут нет ничего. Никакого играть в обычные игры, тем более, что патч не стоит. Ждем патча, открываем бочки. Или хотя бы начало сезона рейтингового. Наверное, все тогда сегодня. Больше не буду ни в что играть завтра. Может, поиграем или в Ведьмака опять, или во что-то еще. Давайте, да. Всем пока.